Hello and a very warm welcome to Rising Stars. I'm Vikram Oza. Now, within the growth of the entrepreneurial culture in India is the story of real estate. It's required to run the new enterprises that are coming up, especially within the SME space. That need for affordable office spaces is growing. And we have players who are dipping into the opportunity there, like the startup Scooter, which has plug-and-play working spaces to offer in Gurgaon, where their headquarters are, and also in Noida, Jaipur and Mumbai. Puneet Chandra is the founder and CEO of Scooter, and he's a rising star today. He's joining us from our studios in Delhi. Welcome to the show, Puneet. Great to have you with us. Tell me, when you were doing research before the setup of your business, what were the key indicators that you went with before you decided to go ahead with this business plan of creating these plug-and-play office spaces?
Yeah, we've been in an interesting journey so far. And some interesting things have happened over the past, and what we've experienced, we've seen with our previous venture, we've seen that various companies were funded from VCs and different angel investors, private equity firms, and they grew very, very rapidly. Little did they know that their business, that the times of the business are agile, the business are volatile, the times are changing, and they invested millions and millions of dollars in furniture. And I've seen these companies, I would not like to name those companies, but these companies have now left those spaces and their money is stuck. So we thought that businesses are becoming agile. Businesses need to get off the ground quickly. Businesses need to try out new opportunities in new geographies, and they need something which is plug and play. So here, we thought of this name, Scooter, and we said the Scooter is where you can kickstart your business, Scooter where you can kickstart your opportunity. We made it for people, and that's how we realized that this is the space we want to be in, and we wanted to create, we wanted to Uberize the Scooter, the real estate model, so that people don't buy furniture, they consume offices.
It sounds fine, but except that it's coming in at a time when office spaces have been huge in supply, but not so much uptake. Was that a price factor? I want to understand the average leases that you give out these properties in. For example, in Mumbai and in Gurgaon. Tell me, what's the average size and also the kind of duration that these leases are for?
So that's pretty interesting. So when I talk about our company Scooter, not as a co-working space per se, we've been in an interesting space so far. What we have seen is that even the bigger companies are taking up co-working spaces because they want more flexible office solutions. For example, I've got a customer who has taken one seat from me, and I've got a customer who has taken 550 workstations from me. So that's the kind of variety of customers we have. While if I talk about the SME and the startups, I think the average is about 9 to 10 people. That's the average. But sooner now we're realizing, and we know that bigger companies, even the companies like Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon, they're picking up co-working spaces because everybody needs flexible office spaces.
Right. So just want to understand the revenue model, Puneet. Help us. That's what I was trying to get at. When you talk about Gurgaon and Mumbai, when you have 1,800 seats to offer, the revenue model that you have created for yourself, whether they are large companies or whether they're SMEs or whether they're absolute startups, how are you kind of finding the traction as of now, the demand-supply situation, and how are you making these seats available at what kind of prices and for what time periods?
See, this is what makes Scooter very different from other co-working spaces, because we monetize our spaces 24 hours a day. So there are customers who utilize our spaces during the night, and because of that, we are able to really offer our spaces at a very affordable cost to the startups. For example, in Gurgaon, and in the central business district, we can offer our spaces at 4,000 rupees per workstation, which includes internet, tea, coffee, good working space, even a computer, and we make money on it, frankly. So that's the kind of benefit we bring on to the startups. When I talk about the kind of customers that we really focus on, of course, SME and startup is one of the biggest focus, because SME by itself is a very large definition. So SME itself has three segmentations: small SME, medium SME, and a large SME. But yes, SME is by far the biggest target audience that we are targeting today.
I would imagine so. And so far, you've invested $500,000 from your own internal resources, I'm given to understand, and you plan to invest more. So from your expansion plans and also the franchise model that you're trying to create, how are you placed by way of funding?
So, see, me and both my other founders, Anuj and Ankit, we were pretty confident from the day one that this is the model we want to be in, and we really believed in this business model because from the last experience of my previous venture, we really were confident that this model is going to kick off. So, and then the funding space wasn't that attractive at that last year. So we thought then why not why to dilute a large amount of equity for a small investment. It is rather better in times when we are confident we should invest our own amount. So we invested about $500,000, a little more than $500,000 ourselves, and tried to make this successful. Today we're profitable, and we think that now this is the time when we really want to grow ourselves. So now we are in the market, we're actively looking for funds, and we're talking to a few investors, and hopefully we should close it within the next couple of months.
Trying to grow the number of cities as well that you want to build your presence in, and tier 2 and tier 3 cities would obviously be the next space for growth when you talk about plug and play office spaces. So good luck with that, Puneet. Such a pleasure talking to you on Rising Stars today. That's Puneet joining us from Scooter, and this is a year-old startup, 2015, so a couple of years is when they've really set things going. We hope that they achieve great things in the future. I'm Vikram Oza from me and the team. Thank you so much for joining us on Rising Stars.